Hi, and welcome to My Christian Story. In my previous video, I started a new chapter about Tamar, a young woman who was sexually abused by her stepbrother. I also intertwined your own story with hers, from the actual abuse to the people you may have confided in. I encourage you to embrace and identify a good support system with God's help. To continue the chapter, today's video is about your mental state. What happens during your isolation? And with that, let's get real and relatable. Absalom, Tamar's brother, told her to go away and stay in his home. The Bible says, "And Absalom, her brother, said unto her, Hath Amnon thy brother been with thee? But hold now thy peace, my sister. He is thy brother. Regard not this thing." So Tamar remained desolate in her brother's Absalom's house. Okay, let's talk about isolation and desolation. Someone who have been abused or is going through any type of trauma can choose isolation as a coping mechanism, as they shut down and hold themselves captive in their own thoughts or self. You have become a prisoner to your trauma. Some people may notice that you have been withdrawn or quote unquote changed, but they are not aware of the mental battle you are dealing with daily. After everything, I also understand if you felt as if you can't trust people, and as a result, you kept everything to yourself because you are afraid of the consequences and judgment from others. If you notice, Tamar's brother asked her if his brother had been with her and straight away told her not to regard it. In short, put it away, lock it up somewhere, and go be in the house. Lastly, you are contending with the pain, hurt, and powerlessness. Ezekiel 19 speaks of the lamentation of a princess, Israel, and say, "What is thy mother, a lioness? She laid down among lions, she nourished her whelps among young lions, and she brought up one of her whelps. It became a young lion, and it learned to catch its prey. It devoured men." A queen that was born to rule and to conquer, but someone saw you as a target and not the jewels out of your crown and left you searching for them. Let's confront some truths about how destructive it was, suffering in silence whilst in your isolation. Allow me to please ask you some questions as you look in the mirror. My question to you, lioness, did your roar get louder or did it become a soft purr? In the search for your jewels, did you become aggressive or were you silent in your pain as the world you knew changed, or did you blame yourself? Did you destroy yourself trying to reclaim those jewels for your crown? The decisions you took to be strong, believing that it happened already and there is nothing you can do. What did you do then? Was revenge your new conquest for power? To regain your self-control to get back what was taken? Have you vowed never to be conquered again, but instead you devoured your prey, playing like a man switching roles, player? Were you the jester, the clown in your kingdom, known by name but used for entertainment, sex, anything at your expense? A queen in search of her jewels? Are you living in your shadow? If someone offers you water, they must taste it first. In fact, at times you don't even trust yourself or your decisions. Can you recognize genuineness, or is every whisper a lie, or behind every light there is darkness? They say, don't trust your shadow, even after dark. Is that you? Queen, did you swap feelings for overdrive? Throwing yourself into anything to mask the pain, school, work, drugs, sex, or just to silence sex just to silence that pain? What is or was your poison? When you look in the mirror, do you see yourself, or you see emptiness, a shadow of your former self? Ezekiel 19 states, "The nations also heard of him. He was taken in their pit, and they brought him with chains unto the land of Egypt." Your silence is powerful, yet it is so destructive, as every action you took ripped away a part of you. Your silence spoke volumes. You cried out with lips closed, and no one heard you, but God did. Exodus 6:6. Wherefore say unto the children of Israel, I am the Lord, and I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians, and I will rid you out of their bondage, and I will redeem you with a stretched out arm and with great judgments. The trauma, mental bondage, and their experiences will be the reason why you are so strong, why you stand up for yourself and let your voice be heard. This is not what you wanted for yourself. It angers you, I know, but this Jericho wall built of trauma, pain, hurt, and mistrust must fall. As you are going around the wall laying bricks with every emotional destructive thoughts, building those layers up, completely detaching from self and others, living in your silence and pain. While you are building this wall in pain and silence, know this, that God is with you. For he said, and I will take you to me for a people, and I will be to you a God, and ye shall know that I am the Lord your God, which bringeth you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians. As God pulled Israel from their years of bondage by the Egyptians, so will he liberate you from your mental, physical, and emotional bondage. First, though, you must decide that enough is enough, as how the prodigal son did and returned home from a pigsty to a palace. Surrender. Trust him for your healing and be patient. It's a process, for there are things that you need to work through. I will not tell you it's going to be easy, but trust him. God heals and he purifies the vessel. Your willingness to let go and let God is the beginning of your healing. There is a way that seems right to man that brings destruction, and you have walked that road already. Know that God is waiting for the day you get tired of this wall you built to protect you from the world, and to acknowledge that you have a deliverer, a restorer, and a redeemer. He arranged peace, love, and redemption and restoration all on the other side of that wall with time. A lioness whose roar will be to protect your kingdom and not destroy it. Someone who understands who they are, knowing the power of the God that created you and who you are called to be. A child of God, a queen fully decorated in sapphires that symbolize wisdom, virtue, and holiness. The queen that will bring up a future kings and queens in a way that the trauma is no longer blinding and hurting, but a lesson to learn, teach, and advise, and also protect. The scarlet hair you wore is no longer for shame, but for an adoration of growth and strength. Fix your crown. Roar your roar. True emancipation and redemption comes from God himself. So while your walls are crumbling, remember, Queen, your jewels are in God's hand, purified. Until next time, I pray you find strength and peace in God's love.